will the illusion be allowed to continue? Hell, I can't even call it an illusion anymore because the biological identity of Blaire Fleming has already been exposed. Doesn't matter to San Jose State, though. No! The only thing that seems to matter to San Jose State is Blaire Fleming giving them an overwhelming physical advantage to continue winning meaningless volleyball games. For those that don't know, Blaire Fleming is the birthing person formerly known as Brayden Fleming. Blaire has been playing girls volleyball at San Jose State since last year, and for a while, the biological identity of Blaire Fleming, it was hidden. It was hidden from teammates, it was hidden from roommates, it was hidden from parents. Now, once teammates discovered that Blaire used to be Brayden, they were pressured by the university to shut the hell up about it. They were told not to discuss the former Brayden publicly, and if they did discuss the artist formerly known as Brayden publicly, they were told that things would not end well for them. Unfortunately, though, for San Jose State, those threats, they were not enough to scare a young woman named Brooke Slusser. Brooke Slusser is a teammate of Blaire Fleming and an unknowing roommate who didn't know that Blaire used to be Brayden when they were assigned to live together. I would imagine, God, I can only imagine that the parents of Brooke Slusser were absolutely horrified when they discovered that their young daughter was living with a former man. But according to Brooke Slusser, her parents are not the only parents that are pissed off by the inclusion of Blaire Fleming. Seems that other teammates and other parents, they are pissed off as well, and rightfully so. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. If you search Behind the Line here on YouTube, should be the first channel that comes up. Brooke Slusser defied the demands of San Jose State to exercise her right to remain silent, and she decided to speak to Outkick about her experience dealing with Blaire Fleming. Brooke Slusser mentioned something in this interview that I didn't think about in the past couple of weeks when we were discussing this on the main channel. We've talked about athletes like Blaire Fleming and Leah Thomas stealing opportunities from young women. We talked about Blaire Fleming potentially putting young women at risk on the volleyball court with their natural physical advantage. But the one thing I have overlooked, as we have discussed Blaire Fleming over the last couple of weeks, the one thing I have overlooked is the lost time. Time that has been lost that these young women will never get back. Young women who were recruited by San Jose State, they were not notified of the true identity of Blaire Fleming. And because of everything that's transpired, they have lost the opportunity to compete at the collegiate level. Some of the young women on this team, they transferred to San Jose State under the guise that they would be teaming up with other young women. Once the biological identity of Blaire Fleming was revealed, these young women, they were stuck at San Jose State. They weren't allowed to leave because they had already used their transfer. The inclusion of Blaire Fleming, it has forced these young women into dealing with a moral battle, a moral dilemma. Brooke Slusser admitted that she is not comfortable with Blaire Fleming on the team. But what do you do about it? Do you quit the team and forfeit your senior season? Do you allow the inclusion of Blaire Fleming to ruin your dreams of playing college volleyball? These young women, they should not be making this decision. They should have never been put in this situation. There is a reason that San Jose State hid the biological identity of Blaire Fleming. They were worried that if potential recruits knew that Blaire was formerly Brayden, they would not agree to transfer to San Jose State. Basically, San Jose State, they lied to these young women to put together an elite volleyball team. And now, the senior season for these young women, it's in jeopardy because other schools, they are refusing to compete against San Jose State for obvious reasons. To me, the cover-up here is the worst part about this story. Now, don't get me wrong. San Jose State allowing Blaire Fleming to join the girls' volleyball team, that's bad enough. But to hide this from teammates, to conceal Blaire Fleming's identity from roommates, to me, It would seem like that sets San Jose State up for a potential lawsuit. You're setting these young women up with a roommate that was born with a cucumber without their knowledge. What the hell happened to these colleges and universities? Didn't they used to be overly concerned about liability? But when it comes to Leah Thomas, when it comes to Blaire Fleming, they're not worried about potential lawsuits. They're not worried about liability. The only thing they seem to be worried about is inclusion. During her interview with Outkick, Brooke Slusser, she talked about the mounting pressure on herself and her teammates to refuse to play alongside Blaire Fleming. Now, if they had knowledge of this going into it, that Blaire used to be Braden, I would understand putting pressure on Brooke Slusser and her teammates to quit the team. But they didn't. They didn't have knowledge of this going into it. They're the victims in this situation. They were lied to by the university. They were lied to by the coaches. They were lied to by Blaire Fleming. They shouldn't be pressured to quit the team. Blaire Fleming should be pressured to quit the team. The thing is, how many other Blaire Flemings are out there that we don't know about? How many other collegiate athletes across the country are competing against women, but they were born with a Franken beans? It seems like the NCAA, it seems like these woke universities, seems like they learned their mistakes that they made with Leah Thomas. Instead of being upfront, instead of being honest about the situation and celebrating athletes like Leah Thomas and Blaire Fleming as a sign of progress, college programs, they have now decided to conceal their identities. We all know why they're doing this. They don't want to deal with the backlash. But is it really worth it? Is it really worth lying to dozens of young women to protect the feelings of one? It's not worth it to me, but give me your thoughts on this. Brooke Slusser defies San Jose State's demands and speaks to the media about Blaire Fleming. To me, the cover-up is the worst part about this. Yes, allowing Blaire Fleming on the women's team is bad enough, but lying about it? Lying to teammates, lying to potential roommates? This is a college university lying to young women about who they're living with. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the main channel tomorrow.